In this week's Torah portion, Va'era, the second Torah portion of the book of Exodus, we continue the story of Moses, that story that ultimately will lead to the crossing of the split sea, that story that we celebrate on Passover. But here we are at the beginning of the story, and it's at the beginning that God reacquaints God's self with the Israelite people, first with Moses, and then eventually with the Israelites through the wonders and plagues that are brought upon Egypt. One might wonder why God needs to reacquaint God's self with the Israelites. The Hasidic rabbis said that it was because that the Israelites had become complacent. They had come to accept their stature as slaves, and it was only when they had completely given up that God then came forth and reestablished that link. In last week's Torah portion, Moses meets God at the burning bush. In this week's Torah portion, God appears to him and instructs him to go to Pharaoh. In both cases, God's presence isn't all that evident. Moses has to look for it. Maybe that's where we find ourselves. Not yet complacent, but having to look. Maybe God's presence isn't always that evident for us, the way it might have been in a burning bush. But that is our job, to look for God's presence in the world and to celebrate it.